the student who failed again and again. Have you ever failed at something so many times that you started thinking, maybe I am just not good enough? What if I told you that failure was not the end of one student's story? What if failure was actually the reason he finally succeeded? Welcome to SERA English, where you can improve your English naturally by listening to simple, meaningful stories. So, sit back, listen carefully, and learn English through this inspiring story. Let's begin. There was a young student named Daniel. Daniel had one big dream. He wanted to become an engineer. He loved machines. He loved building things. And whenever he saw a bridge, a car, or a tall building, he wondered how it was made. But Daniel had a problem. He was not a good student. At school, he often received low marks. Mathematics was difficult for him. Science was even harder. His classmates sometimes laughed at him. "Daniel, you will never become an engineer," one of them said. Daniel smiled, but those words hurt him. Still, he decided to try. He studied every evening. He read his books. He solved problems. He asked his teachers questions. Then came the final examination. Daniel was nervous. He worked hard, but when the results came out, he failed. He felt terrible. For several days, he did not open his books. He thought, maybe they were right. Maybe I cannot do it. But after a week, Daniel stood up and said, "I failed an exam. I did not fail my dream." So he tried again. The next year, Daniel studied even harder. He made a study plan. He woke up early. He practiced mathematics every morning. But when the results came out, he failed again. This time, the pain was even greater. His father looked at him and said, "Daniel, failure is painful, but giving up is a choice." Daniel did not understand those words at first. He went to his old teacher and told him, "Sir, I have tried twice. I still cannot pass." His teacher smiled and said, "Then try 3 times." Daniel asked, "What if I fail again?" His teacher replied, "Then learn why you failed and try again." Those simple words changed Daniel's thinking. Daniel stopped asking, "Why am I failing?" Instead, he started asking, "What can I learn from this failure?" He discovered that he was not studying effectively. He was spending hours reading, but he was not practicing enough. So he changed his method. He practiced problems instead of only reading solutions. He wrote down his mistakes. Every time he made a mistake, he asked himself, "Why did I make this mistake?" Slowly, he improved. 1 year later, Daniel took the examination again. This was his 3rd attempt. He entered the examination hall with confidence. He read every question carefully. He took a deep breath and started writing. Weeks later, the results were announced. Daniel opened the result page. He looked at his name, and then he smiled. He had passed. Not only had he passed, but his marks were much better than he had expected. His family was proud of him. His teacher was proud of him. But Daniel was most proud of himself. He had failed again and again, but he had never allowed failure to become his identity. Years later, Daniel became an engineer. One day, a young student came to him and said, "Sir, I am not good at studying. I failed my exam, and I think I should give up." Daniel looked at the student and smiled. Then he said, "I failed too." The student looked surprised. "You?" "Yes," Daniel said. "I failed once. I failed twice. But I learned something important." "What did you learn?" the student asked. Daniel answered, "Failing does not mean you are a failure. It means you have found one way that did not work." The student smiled. Daniel continued, If you are willing to learn, improve, and try again, your story is not finished. And that is the lesson of Daniel's story. Sometimes, success does not come after one attempt. Sometimes it comes after 5 attempts, 10 attempts, or even more. The important thing is not how many times you fall. The important thing is how many times you decide to stand up. So, if you are learning English and you make mistakes, do not be afraid. Mistakes are part of learning. If you forget a word, learn it again. If you make a grammar mistake, correct it. If you do not understand a sentence, listen to it again. And if you feel like your English is not improving, remember Daniel. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep going. If you enjoyed this story and want to improve your English by listening to more simple and inspiring stories, subscribe to SERA English. And if this story reminded you of a time when you refused to give up, like this video and tell us your story in the comments. Your comment might inspire someone else who is struggling today. Keep listening, keep learning, keep trying. And remember, your failure is not the end of your story. This is SERA English. See you in the next story.